So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how I did this design with encapsulated heart glitter, some 3D flowers, of course bling, and these gold foil lines. I don't know what they're called, but let's get into it. Okay, so I already prepped these nails, and if you need a detailed video about that, you can go ahead and check that out here. But I'm just gonna apply this pretty like light nude pinky color to the nail tips that I'm going to be applying designs to. So yep, I'm just gonna go ahead and apply 2 coats and, move along. Okay, so I did my 2 coats of the polish, and then I actually put a matte top coat on them because I just think that it makes, doing artwork on top of the nails a little bit easier. So now I'm gonna go ahead and take this sparkly red polish, and I'm going to do some V-tips. Now y'all, I am just gonna cheat. I don't care. So the first thing I do is figure out where the center of the nail tip is, and then I find out where I want to put the end of the V-tip. So that's what you see me doing right here. And then this is me cheating. I'm cheating with tape. So I'm going to take the tape and then line it up from point to point. Yup. Y'all, do it however you want to do it. This is how I do it. I feel so bad. Like, oh my gosh, she's a fraud. But yeah, so I just put the tape where the 2 points are at, and then I'm going to go ahead and take my sparkly polish and polish it in. Now, I say this is cheating, but of course I'm just kidding. The only thing that matters is the end result of your nails. And to me, just using tape and stickers as lines and outlines really just assures me that it's going to be perfect and straight every single time. So here I am just pulling the tape back from the bottom and going up and revealing perfectly straight lines. But I am going to take some acetone and a lint-free wipe and just make sure everything is, straight. And I'm just wiping off the corner to make sure it's super sharp. And I'm going to repeat the same thing with the other side. I'm going to see where it stops on one side and then match it up on the other side, and then place my tape from one point to the other, and just put in my glitter polish. So I did go in with the polish and just made sure that the tips were closed at the end, because I personally don't like seeing spaces on the nail tips, just a personal preference. And now I'm just repeating the same process with the other nail tip, using the finished design just to, line it up and make sure they're as close as possible. All right, so let's get to the next design. So for this design, I'm going to be using some gold nail striping tape. That's what it's called. But I'm going to be calling it gold tape. So I'm going to take my gold tape, and the design I'm going for, I wanted them to be like a diagonal diamonds down the center, if you know what I mean, because I wanted my bling to go down the center. So I wanted the diamonds, to cross in the center. And that's how I kind of laid out the gold tape. And I'm just cutting off the excess as I go. I know I'm probably wasting a lot, but Okay, so now that I'm done, I'm just pressing it down, making sure everything is flat. And I'm gonna go in with my scissors and trim off the gold tape as close to the nail tip as I possibly can, because I don't want it to interfere with the gel top coat. Because if you have any space between your nail tip and your artwork and your top coat, it can have some spacing between it, and that can lead to lifting, and you don't want that. So just make sure everything's as flat as it possibly can. And then I'm gonna go in with my top coat. Okay, so after that's cured, I'm just gonna go in with my file and file off the excess tape, and just make sure I have my shape for the nail tip, on point. Dropping it sometimes, shit happens. Okay, so after I filed, then I'm just gonna go and buff this and then top coat it again, just to make sure everything's nice and smooth and encapsulated properly. Okay, so let's move on to the next design. And for this design, I'm gonna be doing some encapsulated hearts. And I am sure there is a much easier way to do this, because this design, I almost gave up. I didn't want to do it anymore. So I'm sure there's a much easier way to do encapsulated glitter hearts. So if anyone has any tips, go ahead and comment them down below. And I also had this mini LED lamp that had like this stamper on it, and I saw people encapsulating things like that looked so easy, but I didn't have any batteries. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking some top coat and placing the hearts where I want them to be. And this would be fine. This would work fine if you wanted to do, a few little hearts, but when you want to do a full encapsulated nail with chunky glitter. This is not the best way, okay? But I'm gonna show you how I did it. I'm gonna tell you how I did it. But I'm just putting the disclaimer, it's not the easiest. So right now I'm just taking my top coat and placing the hearts where I want them to be on the nail. Okay, so this is how I ended with, that first little layer. And now I'm going to go in with my IBD builder gel and I'm going to slab that on and just put the hearts on again because I wanted it to be more full. So that was the approach I did next. So again, I just put builder gel on top of what I already did, and then I just put more hearts on top of it. Okay, so once I was happy with that, I went ahead and cured it, and then I put builder gel on top of it and cured that. And then that's when the filing started. So I filed and I buffed, and I filed and filed, and I buffed and I filed, and I wanted to give up, but I kept buffing and filing until I was able to top coat it. And I smoothly applied my top coat and came up with this. But I didn't want to do it again. I really didn't want to do it again. But I did it again. So I went ahead and put my top coat where I wanted the hearts to be. And then I just put the hearts on there. So at this point, I just decided it didn't matter, and I just threw the hearts on there. Yeah, because I just had to file them anyway. They were going to be all rough and bumpy anyway. So I just used my hand and put the hearts on there and tried to get some sort of a shape. And I also put the builder gel and then put more hearts on there. Threw it out of frustration. But I ended up with the same result after all the filing and buffing. Again, if y'all know an easier way, please comment down below. So let's move on to the next design, which is the 3D artwork. So for my 3D work, I like to use this, which is a 4D UV gel. I have it linked in the description box. But this is like awesome. It's not gonna move, it's not gonna set until you put it in the lamp, so it's super, super easy to work with. It's kind of like a clay, and I'm just gonna take it and form a ball. So I'm just gonna form a ball and place it on the nail tip where I want the little petal to go. And then I'm going to take my silicone tool and press down in the direction, in the middle of the ball, in the direction that I want the petal to go in. That's where I'm pressing, if that makes sense. And then I'm just going to shape it into a little teardrop. So that's how I make my petals. And I'm not really sure the best way to describe it, but I'm going to do my best and let you guys watch as I work. So again, I'm just gonna make a little ball, take the clay and make a little ball. Place it on the nail tip where I want it to be. And I'm gonna take my silicone tool and press down in the direction that I want the point to go in. And I messed up, but I did it again. That's the beauty of this. You can just take it off, do it again, mess around with it until you're happy with the shape that you have. And then once you pop it in the lamp, you're good. So you guys see me just pressing it into the shape that I want it to be. Making sure I make it a little pointed so it looks like a petal. And I'm just pressing in, making little indentations so it actually has some texture. But I didn't like that either, so I did it again. So pressing down in the direction that you want your petal to be pointed and making that shape, shaping it into a little teardrop. And just making some little indentations so it looks kind of realistic. And you can do this as many times as you need to. I'm going to repeat it again and then let you guys just watch. So I'm just pressing it down in the direction that I want the flower petal to be pointed, and I'm making it into a little teardrop shape. And then I also make little indentations so the flower looks a little textured and more realistic. And once I'm happy with that, I just pop it into the lamp. Time for some bling. Okay, if you don't know, I like to set up my bling before I apply it, just because I think it just makes the application process go by a little bit smoother if it's already set up for me. So that's what you see me doing here. And if you want some more videos about bling application and setting up your bling, go ahead and check these videos out right up here. All right, so now that I'm all set up, I'm gonna take my Sticky Icky Bling Gel and go in and apply my bling. I'm gonna take the bling gel and apply it in the areas that I will be applying the bling. In this thumbnail, I'm gonna be placing it in the center. And I'm just making sure that the edges are nice and flat. And now I'm gonna go in with my top coat. And then using my bling snatcher, I'm just gonna apply my bling. I also add in these micro beads, just, you know, for a little some. So I'm just applying my bling and pressing it into that bling gel. And then I'm gonna do the same thing with the micro beads. The micro beads. I'm gonna apply the micro beads and place them in the middle of the bling. And if you're having problems picking up your micro beads, I just like to put, you know, a little top coat or the Sticky Icky Bling Gel on the end and just kind of wipe it off a little bit just so it's sticky. And then once I'm done, I pop that in the lamp and repeat the same process. Apply my Sticky Icky Bling Gel where I'm going to be applying my bling, top coat, and then apply my bling. So for this nail tip, I only wanted to apply bling in the cross sections. So I took the pointed end of my bling snatcher and applied the bling gel, and then I just put the bling gel in the places that I was going to be applying the bling, and then I top coated and then went ahead and applied the bling, same as usual. Only difference is I used the pointed end of my bling snatcher instead of my gel brush, just to add a little bit more precision when I'm applying the gel. And there you go. And for the 3D flowers with the bling, I did the same thing. I used the pointed end of my bling snatcher to apply the bling gel in the middle of the petals where I wanted the bling. And I didn't apply any top coat because I had already top coated these nails. And the bling adhesive acts as a top coat as well. It doesn't have any sticky layer once it's cured. So you can just apply the bling gel on top coated nails and not have any issues. All right, here's the final look. Here she is. So this set is called Lover on my website. You can check this out, and you can also get 30% off if you use code YouTube. Don't know if I've been saying that, but I really hope you guys learned so much from this video. It was packed with a lot of different tips and techniques. And if you did, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.